We're back at Langdon Hall, and it's time to reveal the conservatory. Well, that was a whirlwind of fun. We've got a table warning.
It's really heavy.
A chair warning. So never buy a piece of furniture unless you actually like the shape of it. And a special guest.
Thank you for everything.
So stay tuned. A couple steps down and just adjacent to this room is a room with an entirely different character, and one that I was so excited to be able to have a chance to furnish and redecorate, because let's talk about the bones of this room. Beautiful, fresh.
When the house was first built, this area wasn't here.
Okay.
So this was added in 1989.
This is all about the views. This is about being able to sit inside, out of the elements, yet enjoy all the bounty and beauty of nature. You can sit here and watch the sunset, the clouds go by, the moon rise, you name it. This conservatory has that incredible feeling of indoor-outdoor space.
You can't change the outside and the grandness of the house, but from the beginning we always wanted the inside to be welcoming and comforting. And when people are greeted at the door, they leave the formality behind and pick up a sense of comfort and calm.
When looking for inspiration for the conservatory, I needed to look no further than the brick walls. Look at this rich color, and you probably wouldn't think that brick is normally my go-to color, but it has this incredible sense in the room now, a feeling of warmth.
We walk into these rooms every day and you just smile because they're bright and they're cheery, and you know what's going on in our world right now is not always bright and cheery. It's nice to be able to be transformed like that by a space.
What was the game plan and the goal for the conservatory? Design a space that could make you feel all the comforts of being indoors while also giving you the blissful feeling of being outdoors. And I'd say we had a really great jumping off point for this room, and that was on the very first visit when I was here. Braden and I went down into the storage area.
Into the bowels.
And I saw this table base. And the fun part about this for me is this table base apparently belonged to his late mother and was sitting in storage. And as soon as I hear that and see that, I want to take that and I want to give it a prominent place of honor to live a new life. And when I think about that capital, I think of it as being an exterior fragment. This is inspired by a piece of architecture, and it would have normally been outside. So I liked the idea that it treads the line between indoors and outdoors, and we've topped it with a new quartz tabletop, so it is super durable, and we've surrounded it. These are the chairs that were originally the dining chairs in the Red Room. Would you want to recover some of these chairs? You know me, I like to recycle, I like to repurpose, and I love to reimagine. Those are three of my favorite R's. So we've recovered these Queen Anne chairs, and now they wrap around this table. And there has been some suggestion that this table is not in the place where it should be, and maybe it should be moved elsewhere.
The table that we had that you put in the conservatory, which I think is a more architectural table than the one that's here, in my mind when you were doing things, I was surprised it wasn't in the room. I have no idea what it would look like, but I would be curious.
Your dad wants to move the...
No, I know that. No, absolutely not. No. It's really heavy.
You okay? Mm-hmm. That is a matter of hot debate between two generations of owners, and I'll let them duke it out. But for now, I think it looks really good where it is. In addition to this capital table, we've put casual, flat woven wool rugs with a contemporary graphic geometric pattern on the floor. And the idea here is you can always play with one part old to one part fresh and new and now. That always strikes just the right balance for me. And this carpet is called Pathway. It's from my own collection. I designed this rug and I picked the colors for it, and it gives you this directional feel, which I think is a perfect juxtaposition to the ornate carving of this table base. I like to create that tension where we have something that is rich and decorative. Look at this pillow fabric on these small wing chairs, and then juxtapose it against something that is plain and soft. Take something that is rough and put it adjacent to something that is really soft and fine. That's That's always a fabulous balance, and you can't go wrong. You also can't go wrong with having a super comfy, plush pair of armchairs. We always want to know how our design ideas translate and how they turn out and how they resonate with our clients. And in this case, our clients are a fresh new batch of people each and every day. Every guest who comes in here is a new client who's going to have an opinion of the work we've done. But the instant feedback I got was that guests were so comfortable, they not only sat down, but they put their feet up. How great is that? Because I think the mark of a great country house hotel is something that feels like a home away from home. And my goal was to make it feel like a home away from home for all the people I've never met.
Guests are excited to see it, but I think the bigger joy I got was showing it to the staff.
Yeah.
And the energy and the excitement of what the staff got out of it was probably the most gratifying thing out of it all.
This is so exciting.
This looks great, so much warmer.
To continue with the indoor-outdoor theme of the conservatory, we said goodbye to the moss wall. Do you think it needs to stay?
It's a living wall, so it's replaceable.
But we said hello to a collection of botanical prints that we found in storage in the basement. Okay, wait a second. Why don't we put all the botany in the conservatory?
Yeah.
Where it goes with the colors and makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think that this is a perfect tribute to the energy and the feel of the conservatory, because this is really great room at all times of day and night. We've been here when the sunlight is streaming in and it's just uplifting and inspiring. We've been here during a power outage and it's really dark when it was filled with candles and it looked beautiful. So whether it's rain, sun, cloud, snow, this is a room for all seasons and for all guests.
I really commend her ability to stay on a very slim budget. We recognize that. And just Sarah's use of all of these different textures and fabrics. It's almost like she takes chaos and just makes it all make sense in such a beautiful way.
What was the biggest challenge working here? Well, we had a super tight time frame, we had a pretty tight budget, and we had a lot that we needed to do. And we needed a lot of furniture. We needed a lot of comfy chairs to make sure that we could deliver the lounge experience they really wanted. So you know what I did? I was not able to get this done in time with custom upholstered furniture. So I decided to go to my storage and see what did we have? What did we have in storage that was vintage? What could we buy online that was used? I got 8 wing chairs. Yes, count them. 8 wing chairs for $200 on Kijiji, and we reupholstered them, we refinished the legs, we repadded them, we fixed the seats. I got another set of 2 wing chairs for $550 because you know sometimes you get a really good deal and sometimes you get a pretty good deal. And then we used lots of other vintage pieces of furniture. We recovered them and we reimagined them. So we've definitely peppered in some pieces of new furniture, but so much of what is here was about reusing. So I always want you to remember that, because you know what that is? That's good for your pocketbook, but it's also good for the planet. And I love to recycle. The original design brief was 2 rooms. It was the red room and the conservatory. And then I couldn't help myself. We're installing. It's going to be noisy. I couldn't help myself. I had to do the bar as well. So we've added the bar. And now, when planning out a space, I always like to get extra pieces because you never know. And this hotel needs flexibility. So it looks like maybe we have some extra chairs. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to swap out the old tired wicker with some of our new pieces. Look. This. Doesn't that look better? And then these chairs can easily move into the adjacent space. Redecorating is about giving your rooms a new lease on life, and reupholstering is about giving a new lease on life to pieces that you like the shape of, and that is something that I am always keen on. You've seen me shop for furniture and buy a chair that has the ugliest covering because I talk about the shapely silhouette. I'm always looking at the curves, I'm looking at the lines, and if I like all of that, I know I can easily fix it with new fabric. You know what you can't do? You can't change the shape of the chair. So never buy a piece of furniture unless you actually like the shape of it. If you love the shape of it, you can change the entire look with fabric. But if you don't like the shape, Fabric's not going to fix that. So that's the number one thing to keep in mind when you're thinking about repurposing vintage upholstery. Do you have a favorite room? Do you like the red room that became dressed in shades of teal? Do you like the conservatory that has elements of softened smoky blues, I'd say, with rich rusty reds? Tell me in the comments below. I always want to know what you think. Do you have a favorite element? Is there something you would have done differently? Have you enjoyed this transformation? Well, by the sounds of it, we might just be transforming a whole bunch more spaces here.
Lots of fun.
Yeah.
What's next?
You tell us.
Yeah.
What's next?
What's next, Brave?
So I think you should subscribe, because if you've enjoyed this journey, we're gonna go on a whole bunch more adventures and you're not gonna wanna miss it. And also make sure you turn on notifications. That way you'll never miss a thing and we're gonna have tons of fun.
Do I get to have that fun with you?
Yes, you get to have that fun with me. Thank you for everything.
Well done.
Fun,
Amazing.
right? Look, you match. You
Oh, I do.
stand here.
Look, I could,
You look so
could
good.
blend into the
Do you have a
curtains.
favorite thing in here?
Oh gosh, I love it all. I mean, I had no idea that this room could be turned into such an amazing lounge. I've always known it as a dining room.
Yeah. The fun thing with the bar is, as we were setting up the bar this morning and we were still installing and we were doing flowers, there was a woman sitting in the corner having a drink, reading her magazine, and I said, I'm so sorry to bother you. And she said, honestly, it's like live theater. I'm just loving watching it. It was so great.
Oh, it's been fun. It's been
So-
great. Can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, come back for more. First, I'm gonna take a little nap.